Talk to me, Boulder.
We have a couple more of huge moves.
Once again, Coach Prime just added to his staff with an elite, very underrated addition to the offensive coaching staff that brings even more NFL experience and a championship pedigree to Boulder. And I'm going to tell you about who and why it's critical for the Buffs on this pickup and why it could change some things. So let's dive into that here on the Prime Time for College Football. Let's not bury the lead. Colorado just added Byron Leftwich onto the coaching staff. It appears he's going to probably be an offensive analyst to start with opportunity to do more. Byron Leftwich was also in the runnings for the Patriots head coaching job and the OC job with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, you may be saying, Jay, what's so big about adding Byron Leftwich, who hasn't been in the NFL coaching for the last couple of years? Well, we all know that two things going on in Boulder. One, they got a quarterback competition. Juju Lewis, Caden Salter. And the way it sounds is that ain't nobody been selected, so both of them are battling it out. But the second thing is Colorado is stacking as much NFL experience as possible because that's what Coach Prime wants. He wants his players coached by a bunch of NFL caliber guys, and this is huge. So Prime had teased it earlier this week that they were going to make a move, which means another move is coming. This is what he said.
We have a couple more of huge moves. We'll probably make this week, maybe one next week that you're going to really appreciate the understanding of how wonderful this staff is.
You've brought in, obviously, a lot of gold jackets to help with this team. Any hints on who might be coming in next?
No, I don't hint. I just do it. They just commented out. They're here. There wasn't no hint with Marshall, was it?
So I know y'all appreciate this move because this is a big deal. Adding another NFL caliber coach to this staff is massive. So especially because you got this quarterback competition and you can go out there and teach. And then, of course, this video was posted on social media not too long ago today about, Leftwich being introduced. Call him coach, whatever. He said he don't care. Just make sure coach is in front because Prime demands the respect that this man has earned. But what makes you jump out, you got Pat Shurmur as your offensive coordinator. Now you're adding Byron Leftwich, who was the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when Tom Brady was there. And so they spent a couple years together, and truth be told, winning a Super Bowl is pretty huge when they have a great dynamic and relationship. As we all know, Tom Brady also has a massive relationship with the Sanders family, Coach Prime, Shurmur. He's one of Shadur's mentors. So I'm going to be honest. This sounds like a move that Tom Brady was like, hey, I think you should snatch him up. So he got the blessing from it. Of course, Coach Prime's going to do what he wants to do, but when the GOAT recommends somebody, you don't pass on it. I'm going to be honest. It feels like Tom Brady was like, yeah, get my mans in there. Let him work with your quarterbacks because he did a great job of working with me in my older age. And that's huge. So now the Buffs are working with a bunch of NFL talent on the staff. You just added Marshall Faulk not too long ago. Again, Pat Shurmur's up there. And the defensive side is going to be littered with NFL. You're just adding a bunch of NFL dudes. And he's showing everybody that he is for real about winning games there in Boulder. And so what Byron Leftwich brings, as I mentioned, Caden Salter as well as Juju Lewis are both battling it out. And Juju's pops posted up there about having all of these coaches being able, coaching his son, and the NFL experience is going to be there for him. And so we've watched Byron Leftwich ball out at Marshall. We saw him get carried around not only at Marshall and Jacksonville. He was a solid NFL quarterback. He just couldn't stay healthy. Them ankles was getting toe up. But I like him as an OC. And honestly, I don't know why no one else tried to give him another chance or tried to pick him up, but it don't matter. I'm not in front office, so I don't know. But him coming to Colorado and just being there, mentoring, teaching, assisting with Pat Shurmur, of course, NFL guy, teaching these young quarterbacks, man, they're going to be able to have a step up forward. And the other implications that a lot of people aren't thinking about is going to be on the recruiting trail. Recruits love the idea that you've got NFL dudes here. They love the idea that, especially as parents are planning stuff out with their boys, with their players, they're looking for that cachet. They're looking for that opportunity to get even more exposure, not only at this level, but also at the NFL level. And this is what they're going to get. They're going to get all that exposure with these coaches because they're going to be able to pass around and say, hey, I worked with this kid, and, yeah, he's definitely someone that I see can do it at the next level. They're going to be able to give them that stamp of approval because on the same time, that same token, it's going to be on their backs, right? It's going to be on them, when they give those recommendations. I love it. I think it's a massive hire for Colorado, and all it does is add to, like I said, just an amazing coaching staff. I cannot wait to do a video to talk about all the coaches. We'll wait till April, more around spring game, do a full breakdown of the 2025 coaching staff, mainly because Prime said there's another one. So let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Who do y'all think is the next addition that Prime's going to add? Do you have an idea? Do you have a guess? I would love to hear from you all because to me, he's got to add somebody else on defense, right? It's all of these NFL guys that have come and hung out at Boulder, from Terrell Owens, right? Chad Ochocinco came down. He's got so many dudes on the NFL that has the NFL experience of former players that are interested in getting into coaching, looking at, coming to Colorado and hanging out with the kids, teaching them stuff, showing them different, skills and everything and showing them different drills. I know y'all probably think I'm just overhyping this or whatnot, but I don't think y'all understand. Talk to recruits, talk to kids. They'll tell you. Dudes they watch in the NFL that they like, dudes that they've seen coach and be on television, parents, they're looking at that. They're looking at the coaches that are on the staff and the ones that can truly get them an opportunity to go up. And so now all Prime and them got to do is they've got to execute. They've got to go out there and they've got to finish. So if they go out there and they produce another winning season, another big season like last year, hey, what's going to be the pushback on Prime? What's going to be a pushback on what Colorado's doing? And so, as I got these videos going up here, you see Juju throwing some nice little dimes. You got Caden Salter putting some passes on the money. Now the big question is which one of them are going to win out. And I think we won't find out anything until after the spring game. Spring game will probably be a preview of who they are leaning towards, potentially. I'm going to speculate there. That to me feels like the spot where it makes sense to kind of test out who you think is going to be your number one and let them play in that spring game. Now the question is, will a team actually accept the bid and come play? Fran Brown's already threw his hat in, threw his hat in there and said, "Hey, Syracuse down to fly down for 3 days. We'll do it." I saw Prairie View A&M's head coach was like, "Hey, holler at your boy. I'm down to do it. We need to train my boys." So I'm wondering if he can get UNC, because I know that he wants North Carolina, especially with the big thing that's going on with Belichick. Maybe he can get with Eddie George, who followed in his footsteps at Tennessee State, did great for 3-4 years there, and now is the coach up there at Bowling Green. Maybe you get Eddie George to bring them across just to get them additional exposure. That would be huge. Because, go hit up Michael Vick. Sacramento State, go hit up Deshaun Jackson. Hit up one of these NFL coaches as they're starting to build their programs and, throw them a bone. Bring them into town and help to uplift them in their programs. I think Prime's it's a great idea. We talked about it here. I think it's a phenomenal idea. And I would love for him to go back and bring in some of those coaches who have basically followed in his footsteps. These coaches have got these opportunities. When the Prime was the initial one to do it, not having the experience at the collegiate level and saying, "Hey, get your boy in, holla at me." And Jackson State went good. Colorado said, "Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give them a chance." And we've seen the explosion. So let's see what happens. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in those comments. Let me know your thoughts. What team do y'all want to see Colorado bring in for the spring game? Who do you want to see them play? I know we got some big names, but who's some awesome small ones, mid-majors, all of that? I want to get you. Give me like 2 or 3. We'd love to hear from you all. All right. Spring practice is going on. The battles are going down there in Colorado. And, we're keeping our ear to the ground to see how it goes. But, man, some good stuff. Jordan Seaton has jumped on a big list recently. We're going to make a video on that. So make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification. We'll talk about where he is placed on PFF's list. Next video. Chop it up soon.